Hi butterflies, welcome to my garden. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And now let's get into the video. Hi everybody, it's your girl Calypso and I am back again. So, I just wanted to talk about something, just run my mouth a little bit and talk about a specific subject that I've been thinking about now. You know, being a black woman or being a black girl or black trans woman, I it's very easy for people to label you as ghetto, because I don't know, I guess the word ghetto and the ghetto lifestyle has sort of been glamorized in pop culture. So a lot of people associate the black experience or the black lifestyle with being ghetto. And people like to equate being black or African with, the struggle lifestyle, whether it's poverty or being from the hood or being from the slums or just being of a certain class in society. So people like to equate the black or African experience with the struggle as well. And for the most part, in my experience living in Australia, whenever people discover that I'm African, there's been a lot of instances where there's some level of ignorance surrounding it, where people automatically wonder how I'm able to have such a good command of the English language and speak English so fluently and have a wide vocabulary range in terms of, my grammar and my grammatical placements and my anecdotes. Like, people just tend to have such a shock. It's almost like a visceral reaction of some sort. Anyway, not all of us come from broken homes. That's one of the struggle. That's the part of the struggle lifestyle is, they assume you come from a broken home, you're from a single parent household, you're from the hood, you're from the slums, you live in government housing, you grew up in poverty, and you survived on food stamps, and basically all of the stereotypes that are associated with the stereotypical black struggle circumstances. But unfortunately, not all of us are from the hood. Not all of us grew up in government housing. Not all of us grew up on food stamps. My father wasn't like a wealthy man, but for the most part, we were okay. We went to school, we had food, we had a roof over our heads, and my parents were married till my dad passed away. And so technically, I didn't grow up in a single parent household. Having said all of that, there is still some validity to the stereotype, but every race has a stereotype that's true. Every race has a myth. Every race has a common belief that's also true. But at the same time, every race also has this stereotype and myth that has been dispelled over time. But for some reason, the black stereotype seems to endure and it seems to persevere for whatever reason, and it makes me wonder if there's been instances where, I am overwhelmed or I am being triggered. And sometimes if the humanity in me kicks in and I lose my composure and I lose my cool, I'm being branded as ghetto. Why? Why is that? I'm still human. Everybody's capable of losing their temper. Every human is capable of losing their composure or losing their cool. Some more than others, yes, but every human has that. But somehow, when a black woman is defensive and argumentative or aggressive in defending herself, and she gets loud, she's branded as ghetto. Why is that? Why is that automatically the association or the equation of the black experience? Why? I also noticed that, yes, there's also a lot of black people who have subscribed to that ministry of thought, And there's also a lot of black people that have subscribed to that struggle mentality as well. Almost and the thing is, a lot of black folks, a lot of African people like to subscribe to that struggle lifestyle. Like, oh yeah, I'm from the hood, I'm from the ghetto, I grew up in the SWAT.
Damn gate. Don't with me. I'm from Chicago, bitch.
You went over that touch.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Some more.
I will whoop your ass. Bitch, I am from Chicago. I don't gotta hit your ass to probably get voted up, bitch. Hit me, do it. Walk off. Do it. Step off, bitch.
I grew up in the hood and I'm from the slums. A lot of people like to subscribe to that. Like, it's almost like in a bid to score street credit. Why? Why do you need street credit for your blackness to be valid, to be considered valid? Why? What's wrong with saying that, oh, I grew up in a good household, in a 2-parent household, and I was raised by a 2-parent household, and I'm educated, and I grew up in a country club community. What's wrong with that? And people seem to have when there's a black person who comes around and doesn't subscribe to that struggle mentality and grew up well and grew up in a more stable, in a more conducive circumstance, there seems to be a hint of jealousy that's directed towards that. Why? I can't for the life of me understand that. Look, not that there's anything wrong. There's nothing wrong with growing up, in a struggle lifestyle. There's nothing that's wrong with it, but it doesn't have to be your identity. You don't have to use it you don't have to wear it as a badge of honor. Like, oh yes, it's part of your story, it's okay, but it doesn't have to be part of your identity. It doesn't have to be part of who you are. You can just look at it as a transitional period. Yes, I grew up there, but I'm not there anymore. I'm not in that I don't live that life anymore. I made it out of the hood and I'm doing better, and I don't subscribe to that ministry of thought anymore. There's nothing wrong with that, but a lot of people just like to hold on to that for street credit, I guess. Look, we don't all have to grow up poor. We don't all have to be hood rats. We can also be educated and sophisticated and classy and concise and, refined and polished. We can be all of those wonderful things. We can be multifaceted people. And anyway, I'm not a snob, I'm not a ghetto snob, but I didn't grow up rich. I didn't grow up poor either. I didn't grow up in the hood. I didn't grow up in the slums either. Anyway, I understand that life has dealt a lot of us, a bad hand. And however, I do understand that a lot of us come from struggle and life hasn't exactly been fair. But however, what is even sadder than that is having a defeatist attitude about life as a result of your upbringing. That's even more tragic. And it's not, by the way, all of this is not just exclusive to black people, but that's just my point of focus in this video. So it doesn't matter how you grew up, it doesn't matter where you come from. What matters is how you see yourself. And this is just to say that the moral of this video is just to be like, you don't have to make your circumstance your identity. You don't have to have a defeatist attitude. You don't have to be a victim. You can choose to rise above it and do better with yourself and, overcome all of that. And that's just the point of this video. I know this is a short video, but you don't have to be a victim. You don't have to be defeated or feel defeated, And that's just it. And honestly, that's just what I strive to be. I don't want to be a victim. I don't want to be defeated. I just want to be like, yes, that happened to me and life goes on. And I feel like that's the message overall message of my channel is you can't call me a victim. You cannot, because I don't subscribe to that ministry of thought. And that's where I'm gonna leave this video at. So just a food for thought. Think about it and let me know what you think. Leave your comment down below and just let me know what you think about my message of today. And as always, protect your energy, spread love, keep the peace, and above all, be kind to one another. So fly high, my butterflies, and I'll see you real soon. So